Good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the Nilecast on Westnile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name is Ukumaringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines. In the headlines tonight, delayed release of 28 billion shillings drugs progress at Nyagak 3. Gaborone Primary School lacking adequate classrooms in Nyumbe district. And the Mora district to revisit parish development model enterprises. This and more in the Nilecast News Bulletin. It's the 4th of July 2023 and you're most welcome to the Nilecast on Westnile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. Delays by government in release of the 28 billion shillings for the development of Nyagak 3 is posing challenges in the completion of the project. This was disclosed by the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, Dr. Ruth Nakabirwa, while inspecting Nyagak 3 hydro plant over the weekend. Dennis Siringi reports more.
Currently, work prospect at Nyagak 3 stands at 94% as anxiety among people of Westnile to have industrially reliable electricity continues.
I must say that I'm impressed that despite the fact that we as government are not fulfilling our part of the grant that we are supposed to give, the developer has continued to find ways of borrowing money and making sure that work does not stall. So, and I want to applaud them for that. And also pledge that I will continue interacting with the Minister of Finance to make sure that the promise that the President made when he visited Westnile recently to give the remaining money, which is about 28 billion shillings, that pledge is given. So I will interact with finance more.
To that effect, the target of completion of Nyagak 3 power plant is expected to be September 2023 if the government releases funds to the contractor timely.
Give the money. It's unfortunate that we've been slow on this. So to the people of Westnile, continue being patient as you watch the developments. On the evacuation plans and transmission, yes, again, my ministry is supposed to make sure that the lines are in place. And the substation which is going to receive power from here is Nebi substation. Nebi substation is at about 90% completed. This place is about 94% completed. Targeting September 2023, that is if if the developer receives the money from government, the 28 billion shillings.
Kumar Reddy, the resident engineer, explains the level in which the hydropower plant is.
Now almost we completed a dam, pipe conduit, surge tank and penstock line, powerhouse. We are doing now commissioning works like electromechanical works and hydromechanical works. So in electromechanical works, we are fixing the turbines all in a draft tube, all in place, where alignment is in progress. And we received all the electrical related panels and all board to the site. We are at the critical stage of the erection commissioning. So due to funds delay from the government, as Minister says, due to that we are facing some funding problem from the developer side. So due to that some material, we see developer has to buy supply materials to the contractor and he has to do the construction activities. So due to that cash flows, funding delays, so it has been delayed for some delays. If funds releases now, so we can able to cap up that's up to September, we can complete the project for the commissioning
Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa, however, urged people of West Nile to continue being patient as government is putting more efforts to see the power plant done.
And we know that probably this year, 2023, will see Nyagak being commissioned. We are trying our best to make sure that we stabilize the power in West Nile.
According to Isaac Otemgio, Member of Parliament for Padire County, Nebi District, missing many deadlines for full connection of West Nile to the national grid is making citizens of the sub-region feel disappointed.
We're actually a bit disappointed with the progress at which the electricity distribution and electricity connection in West Nile region is actually taking shape. First of all, almost 3 deadlines have now been missed. We had a deadline as early as last year around September. That one got missed. It was extended to December. That one got missed. It was extended to March, that West Nile will finally be connected to the national grid. That one has been missed. The next actually was supposed to be by the 30th of June, which 100% now we know that that deadline has been missed. So the issue for the minister coming to West Nile and moving around without members of parliament actually escorting her actually clearly shows that there is a loss in connection with us, members of parliament from West Nile. And we are actually not happy about this situation.
Started in 2019, Nyagak Hydropower Plant 3 will generate 6.6 megawatts to add on to the 3.5 megawatts from Nyagak 1. Nyagak 3 Hydropower Plant project, a government of Uganda project, is a public-private partnership worth $19.39 million. Dennis Oringi, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories for the evening. The Deputy Resident District Commissioner of Maricha District Local Government, Koleba Kotevu, has affirmed the district has launched the enforcement of the presidential directives embedded in the Executive Orders No. 3 of 2023 banning the large-scale dealing in forest products to conserve the environment. According to Koleba, the Security Committee, with support of the local leaders, have impounded 112 bags of charcoal whose owners are being traced. Frederick Jamadri reports more. More in our stories for the evening. 21 domestic violence cases have been registered in the month of July at the Child and Family Protection Unit of the Arua Central Police Station, exciting authorities. Assistant Inspector of Police in charge of Child and Family Protection Unit, Jusilo Christine, blamed the culture as a factor contributing to low cases being registered. Farish Majid reports more.
Few cases of domestic violence have been registered in the month of July at the Child and Family Protection Unit of Arua Central Police Station, exciting authorities. As per the report from the unit, in the month of June, the entity only managed to register 21 domestic violence cases compared to 31 registered in the month of May. Assistant Inspector of Police in charge of Child and Family Protection Unit, Richard Christine, blamed culture as a factor contributing to the lower cases registered.
In Lubara, people believe when you report a case to police, they are whereby the children will have some misfortune, so they fear to come. If they prepare to come, the parents will, or the relatives will stop them, but don't go to police. Let us handle this issue at home. They don't marry the police. Marriage is done at the home. So they don't have to sign up. Instead of reporting, they don't come. And we cannot go to their homes now to look with them because we don't know them. You will only get the report that so and the issue. Instead of reporting, the relatives stopped him or her from reporting the case. Okay.
Teacher Christine also lamented the challenge of late reporting, where some victims take long to report their cases to police.
And the most thing we also have it is late reporting of cases. People in most cases take time to report when at times the evidence is destroyed. Like when it is assault. Someone has been injured badly, the wound is open wound. If we report immediately, police will give you a form 3, you go to the doctor examines you, they give you medication at the right time. Now when you take time like 1 week or after, somebody can overbleed and then end up dying. or the wound ends up becoming septic. Yet if he was to report in time, at least he would get proper medical care when he's referred to the facility for medication. Late reporting of cases, and some not even reporting completely, and they die silently. These are the things which we get.
Men equally can be victims of domestic violence, but due to pride and fear to be underlooked by society, men shun to report the cases. Farish Majid, Westnile TV Nalcast.
And more in our stories for the evening. The security agencies of the United States of America and the United Kingdom have passed a warning through the Uganda police force to be alert of terrorism attacks in the country. The Westnile police spokesperson Josephine Anguchia, in her statement to the press, urges the general public of the Westnile region to remain alert, vigilant and security conscious within the communities in order to report any strange activities relating to terrorism. Let's have more on that story.
The security agencies of US and UK are saturating the information on social media. We therefore urge people to take these warnings seriously and do all possible things to ensure that we deny avenues for terrorists to carry out their deadly missions. So as police, we are prepared to secure the public, to ensure that these attacks do not take place in our communities or within our areas of jurisdiction. So on the other side, we urge members of public to be vigilant and security conscious all the time in public places and also within the communities, so that any strange faces, strange activities, strange behaviors are reported to the nearest authority for proper investigation and prevention. Because when members of public are not vigilant, these things can easily take place. Such acts of terrorism can easily take place within the communities when people are not knowing or when they are not even sharing. For instance, they can begin conducting secret meetings within the communities. They can begin doing secret activities, movements at night, which people are not reporting. And in case people do not report, they can easily use such avenues to strike and commit their deadly acts within the communities. Therefore, we urge the community members to be vigilant and report. Then on the other side, we urge LUCs to be in touch with the authorities. They should look out for strange faces in their communities. They should share information with the nearest authority quickly in order to prevent acts of terrorism. And this also applies to border communities, because Westnile region borders South Sudan and Democratic Republic of Congo, which are having porous borderlines. We have so many routes which are exiting and entering into the region and into the country. So as security, we are already conducting surveillance to secure those porous borderlines, but we urge the border communities and the LUCs within those border areas to be conscious and report suspicious or strange faces which are entering into the country to the nearest authority for possible follow-up and prevention of any other act that might occur after such entries into the region.
More in our stories for the evening. Pupils in Gaborone Primary School, Gaborone Parish, Kochi Sub-County, Yumbe District have cried to the government to come to their rescue in support of building classrooms in order to retain pupils at school. Onzima Alan from Ajimani reports more.
Gaborone Primary School in Uganda district lacks adequate classrooms. Pupils in Gaborone Primary School in Gaborone Parish, Kochi Sub-County, Yumbe district have cried out to the government to come to their rescue in support of building classrooms for the schools. Primary 1 to Primary 4 are learning under trees, leaving them to abandon lessons in case of rain.
Aya rawi duye deni ika mabudu nito amuri zomboro aya ama government kirika ke ama school ziria rosina dadi
Mr. Charles Ahmed, the head teacher Gaborone Primary School, said that they are facing challenges in school where the enrollment is high with 1,475 pupils and only the school operates with 9 teachers.
And this year I already registered 2 who are pregnant. But right now I don't know whether they are there in the classes. So maybe at the end of this year we may still have the number bigger. And the others drop out due to other conditions, which I cannot tell to you right now. So the girls, it is the girls who are dropping out seriously. Even though boys are dropping, but that one of the girls is so high, is so alarming. And as I said, we had the other challenges of the facilities, even both classrooms and the furniture. Like right now, if you go to the classes from P1 up to P3, they are completely sitting on the floor. And the P4, half of the P4 is sitting on the floor. A few are sitting on the desks.
He, however, urged the government to intervene since the primary 1 to 4 are not having classrooms, and also number of dropout school girls is high.
We face the challenge of dropout among the girls because it is the environment. In fact, it is based on the environmental basis, because you know the number of educated people in this environment is less than the number of who are in fact educated. But if you take, though the people can be educated maybe at the primary level whatsoever, but they cannot concentrate on the issues of the education so much. So that one has affected the dropout rate in the school very, very much, especially the girls.
Mr. Azabo Bashir, the Community Development Officer, Kochi Sub-County, Yumbe District, confirmed the report and said that Yumbe District is leading in Westnile region on school dropout.
As Alan said, Kochi is among the 5 sub-counties leading in terms of teenage pregnancy. But however, we have a strategy on ground to sensitize the communities on the importance of to aware the communities on girl child education. Currently, some kind of survey has been done in some primary schools, and we through Uganda Red Cross Society, where they have identified Lombe Primary School and Gaborone Primary School to construct some facilities for these girls, especially the change rooms for girls.
Yeah. Now, what is your appeal to the parents to in terms of supporting these children?
Yeah, my appeal to the parents as we go out for this installation to send, including even those who were impregnated during COVID time.
Yeah, for us here, we believe in our culture. If a girl is already married or having a child, she does not have a future. What are you going to say about this?
Yeah, these are the areas we most times emphasize the parents. As parents earlier on, that these girls are source of wealth for families. But equally, we encourage them to send them to school such that they will bring them more wealth when they're educated.
Thank you.
Yes.
Gaborone Primary School also faces the challenges of a high number of school dropouts. Reporting for Westnile TV, Onjima Alani, Ajumani, Nilecast.
And more in our stories for the evening. The State Minister for Northern Uganda, Honorable Kuyuchin Grace Freedom, has tasked Omoro District technocrats to revisit the enterprises of all parish development circles in Omoro District. This comes after the minister discovered that most of the enterprises selected by circle members are benefiting from the parish development model were out of the guideline. Let's have more on that story.
Started joyful with the launch, message alert from DFCU, Centenary, and Post Bank, respectively, coming to PDM beneficiary funds.
Of 1 million.
Then, interrogations.
But you can't create circle for no commodity. You should know the commodities for which you are creating the circle.
Of course, as I told you, these are work for enterprise development and the like were given customer extension workers. So the business plans that they came about with were strictly from the customer extension workers.
Given by who?
The directive came in piecemeal.
By who?
We are receiving from the Secretariat.
After failing to satisfy the minister, Omoro District Production Officer Oyet Jomo Geoffrey bounced the ball back to his senior, Patrick Ola, the senior commercial officer, to help explain why the district have decided to endorse enterprises which was not guided by the president in the PDM documents.
Because the guidance on the seven enterprise came later. But during the business planning, our team guided them on what enterprise to take. But their names.
So what happened? Because they are not mentioning those enterprises.
Because I think among them here, you have this farming, you have corn.
I'm talking about soya beans, goats. Where did this come from?
The minister later advised the district to revisit all the enterprises which were selected by the 65 SACCO group benefiting from parish development model in Omoro District.
For food crop, and 1 acre you are owned, and then you can have piggery or poultry and a backyard. Because if you took coffee will bring close to 20 million, and we shall get out of poverty.
However, the woman member of parliament, Catherine Lamwara, blamed this on laxity from other aligned ministries who did not play their role in time.
But also I am aware that there are challenges that are beyond the technical people. For example, I have just learned that in one county there are only 2 extension workers, agric extension officers in one county. And of course these are areas that now PDM has got to, as we are now in work in progress, PDM needs to be supported so that we are able to deliver. I am aware that all ministries have been directed to play their complementary roles in supporting these projects to be realized. The Ministry of Public Service, local government have got to ensure that even Ministry of Agriculture needs to work out a modality and have in their budgets a program for recruitment, more recruitment of extension officers, agricultural officers, so that we have at least in every sub-county an agric extension officer, in every who are able to reach out up to the parish level. The parish chiefs needs to be taken through thoroughly on aspect of enterprise selection.
The leadership of Omoro District blamed the misguide on enterprise selection to the uncoordinated guideline sent by various ministries, which others came late. Stephen Okello for Westnile Television, Nilecast.
And to end our Nilecast for the evening, Wetu Secondary School held the Old Students Reunion Day, aimed at bringing the old students and the current students together with the main objective of creating a platform for students to interface and share ideas geared towards achieving good performances in school. Okumu Dominic reports more.
Meto Secondary School holds the Old Students Reunion Day, the function that aims at bringing the old students together with the current and continuing students, with the main objective of creating a platform for the students to interface and share ideas geared towards achieving good performance in the school and helping the students seek help from the old students through career guidance. The old students, under their umbrella body called the MESHA, which stands for Meto Secondary School Alumni, came together from far and wide to attend the school day and advocate for improved performance in the school. Mr. Luziga Peter, the head teacher Meto Secondary School, said last year the school did not perform well in both O and A-level examination, and this has made them to put in more effort to improve performance this year.
Every effort is being undertaken to improve performance in national exams this year. Measures taken on include extra lessons for the candidates to widen syllabus coverage, intend that by the time they sit more, we should really have covered most of the syllabus. Then we have invited subject specialists in this area. MESA has been very helpful for the previous 2 years. This year, the change has been that we have done it beginning this term 2, then we shall invite more of the specialists in term 3. We have carried out our field trip for the geography and agriculture classes. We have already carried it out. In fact, it was last weekend. They went to Abzad Farm in Arua.
Mr. Vinnie Daniel Dennis, the Treasurer Parents Teachers Association and a board member who stepped in for the Parents Teachers Association chairperson, said the performance of the students mattered to them as parents, which made them to conduct meetings and in which they agreed to improve the performance of the students.
On the side of development, I think it is a long song of our bus. We the parents want to see management together with the board, we want to see our bus. At least, if not this year, early next year, we want to see that bus. Because I will have nothing to say to my PTA members when they come for that meeting. And we will be very happy if you could show to them that this is the progress we have made. This is a song of long period. It is now almost spanning over 10 years.
Mrs. Kabayanza Nancy, the chairperson board of governors Meto Secondary School, who is also an old student of the school, said as board of governors they had the idea of improving the infrastructure in the school and they approached Moyo District local government to lobby for the construction of a dormitory and staff houses, especially under Dr. Deep, but unfortunately due to some changes they were unable to get the project done this year.
As board, we have had key items on our agenda for improvement within the school, and 1 or 2 of them have been infrastructural developments. We have hoped to improve accommodation facilities both for students and the teachers by looking out for avenues of additional school dormitories in the school teachers' quarters, and the school fence. We have made efforts through a plea to the district, Moyo District local government, through projects like Dr. Deep, to at least consider us for a dormitory block and a school fence.
Mrs. Teria Joan Gabu, the chairperson MESA, said their dream is to create an environment where every teacher feels valued and go an extra mile to nurture students, and every student has the opportunity to excel and succeed in and out of school, where every parent believes the dream of his or her child will become a reality.
Create an environment in Meto where every teacher feels valued and goes the extra mile to nurture students. The student has an opportunity to excel and succeed in and out of school, where every parent believes the dreams of his or her child will become a reality. Therefore, you are not here for nothing. You are here for a purpose.
And in life, there is no one who is a failure.
Honorable Amoko Emmanuel, Moyo District Local Government Speaker, who is an old student of the school who represented the chief guest, said during their time they had no electricity. They were using hurricane lamps for studies, but they performed better compared to the current students. He urged the students to take all the advice given to them as an eye-opener and focus on their studies.
What some of you call the Garawili. We would carry our lantern. We come here, we buy a paraffin, and we study. But still, if you recall the performance by then, it is uncomparable to what is now. And also when you look at the discipline part of it, you will learn a lot. So today, what all these members have been saying here is an eye-opener to you. Please, if you are here, use your time carefully, maximize it, and make sure you go home a changed and different person. See the benefits in the future.
During the function, the All Students Umbrella Body, commonly known as MESA, awarded certificates and bursaries for the best performing students. During the time of its formation, the school was at the verge of collapse with less than 200 students in the entire school. It was upon this background that the Association of the All Students was formed by some few members with the common goal of saving the school from complete collapse. But a lot is yet to be done to take the once giant school back to its former glory. I'm Dominic Antonio Kumo, reporting from Moyo.
Thank you, viewer, for staying tuned in to the Nilecast on Westnile Television. Now, up next, we have the sports segment with our sports anchor, Owen Ezaga.
And of course, in today's sports news, I want to start with a very big one. Call me Owen Ezaga, your sports anchor. And in today's sports news, Arua City gospel artists have set up the effort to make sure that they get themselves registered with the Super League in Ugandan League. And of course, with me today, I had the big man, the CEO of Arua City gospel artists, Herbert Testimony. Arua City gospel artists have geared up their interest in registering a football club called the Gospel FC in the first tier of Ugandan League. Herbert Testimony, the acting CEO of Gospel Artists, explains their plans on how to run the club.
We were just mostly playing for fun, but it's been there before. Those years of Jehovah, 29, 28, now coming to 2015, that's when we evolved. We started taking a little bit serious, but more seriously just during the lockdown period. But now we want to do it in a different way now.
He further explains how the football club shall generate its revenue throughout its existence in the league.
We still wanted to register. We we woke up very late. We had the plans and we woke up very late. We found registration was done. We had to wait for the next season, which is coming. And we still want to register the club. We want it to be a professional club, playing beginning from the lower league, and it's on. We are definitely registering the club. The process is on. We are called the Gospel FC. We are not called only the gospel artists. Much as the vision is from us, the gospel artists, definitely we're going to be attached to all the churches, and we're not going to be attached only to the churches because we need the support, but we are going to run this club in a way like we as the musicians, we know the capacity that we have, and we will first begin it within our means through our gifting, because our gifting is music and our influence is music. Right now, if we go to any place, we receive so much support because the artists are coming, and that is the beginning of it. But as time goes by, we intend now to involve people, and the people that we intend to involve, we involve in the churches to be part of this club, and to help in seeing that this club is sustained. And beyond it, if all things go on well, then maybe we have the capacity to attract even good sponsors into this club. Right now, our team does not only have gospel artists. Our team doesn't have gospel artists. We are signing players into this club. Players who are very gifted, who are talented, regardless of your religious background or your tribal background.
Owen Ezaga, Westnile TV, Nilecast.
And in other stories, in the sports, Mvara SS excels in various sports activities during this secondary school games this year. Benson Pastore reports.
We happen to have taken part in the just concluded volleyball tournament at regional level. We had 2 teams that showed up for this regional tournament. It was held at Moni NTC. The schools were Mvara Senior Secondary School in Arua City, then Aringa Senior Secondary School, it is in Yumbe. The tournament started on Saturday and it concluded on Sunday. We had both boys and girls teams. So for the girls team, it was Aringa Senior Secondary School that emerged as the winners. They beat Mvara Senior Secondary School 3 sets to 0. And then on Sunday we had the volleyball for boys, where Mvara Senior Secondary School beat Aringa Senior Secondary School 3 sets on 1 to emerge the winners in this just concluded regional tournament that was held in Arua City.
Now, of course, that takes us to the international stories, where, of course, in Wimbledon that started yesterday, Nikovic Djokovic, and, of course, the lady who has been one of the key in the tennis, advances to the next round of the tennis that started yesterday, and more will be coming tomorrow at the same time on, that is, Nilecast right here. Have a very blessed day.
And thank you, Owen Ezaga, our sports anchor, with the sports segment. And with that, viewer, we've come to the end of the Nilecast on Westnile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the Nilecast to the end of the Nilecast, only on Westnile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Okumringa Christine. Have a good evening.